Hello, welcome to my channel. It's my English speaking channel. I'm Ashia and today I have Selena with me here. And she's from Australia but half Japanese. So I wanna interview her about how to being half, how do you feel it in Japan, how do you feel it in Australia, and such culture differences and so on. So I'm really embarrassed about my English, but I'll do my best. So let's start. So please tell about you, like your name, your Japanese name, how old are you, and where do you live, and where are you from?
So I am from Australia. I live in Adelaide, which is South Australia. I'm 24 years old and my name is Selena. I have two names. Selena is my Australian English name. Haru is my Japanese name. And so that is my middle name in
that's
Australia.
cool.
Yeah. I used to use Haru when I was younger, when I was a child, when I would come to Japan with family, but now that I'm older, I only go by Selena. It's easier.
The Haru, it's like spring in Japanese. It's so nice. Yeah, so you can speak Japanese,
Yes, I can speak a little bit.
but a little bit.
Yes, not enough, but a little bit.
So your mom is Japanese, and you speak Japanese with your mom?
Yes. So she's Japanese and she lives with me in Australia, and we speak a little bit of English, a little bit of Japanese, mixed together a bit sometimes. But yeah.
Did you ever go to like Japanese school or something? School for Japanese in Australia, if they have it.
Yeah, we had a Saturday school. So every Saturday morning I would go to Japanese school for maybe 3 hours and learn Japanese. That was just primary school. So.
Like writing kanji, hiragana, katakana. Can you write?
A little bit. Hiragana, katakana, a little bit of kanji, basic kanji. Yes, but I stopped that when I was maybe 10.
Oh, okay. So how much of time do you spend in Japan? You come to Japan like every year, right?
I try to come every year, sometimes every 2 years. When I was younger with my family, we would come maybe about every 2 years. But obviously with Corona, I couldn't come for a long time. Maybe like 4 years or so I didn't come. But I will try to come every year. That is my goal. I feel comfortable because I can speak the language, and I have my nana living in Japan, in Tokyo, so I get to see her.
You have family? What is Nana?
Grandma.
Oh, it's in English?
And sometimes in English we say nan or nana.
Maybe I heard about, but I don't really understand.
Yeah.
So you have family in Japan, so you feel like you're Japanese or no?
Yeah,
or
yeah.
not really?
Yeah, I do feel like comfortable. Obviously, I'm not fully Japanese, so there are times where I feel like a bit of a foreigner, but that's normal because I don't live here.
Yeah.
So there's things about culture and stuff that I'm not 100% familiar with. I can get around easily. I don't have any major anxiety about coming to Japan.
Oh, you don't have some bad experience?
Not too. Not too.
Okay, yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
Also, before we met in some modeling job, right? So before you lived in Japan for like half a year?
Yes.
And do a modeling job too?
Yes. Yes. When I was younger, I stayed in Japan for 6 months, and I did some modeling and commercial work.
Yeah, because she's so beautiful.
No, but
You can be a model in Japan, yeah. That's nice.
no.
So
not
maybe
me.
did you notice some like cultural differences, like maybe about the working in Japan too?
But I think working as a model in Japan is going to be different from working at a company in Japan. It's a very different
Yeah,
way.
of course, yeah, it's
Yeah.
different.
But
Something you was surprised, びっくりしたこと。
one thing I think is in Australia you get paid every week, and in Japan it's every month or so.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's really late to be
Yeah,
paid.
really late. So that makes it hard if you're, you know, if you're trying to make money and you're used to it coming every week. That is a big surprise. So you need to be prepared for that. Yes.
How about the money?
Yes.
Is it good?
Yes. For modeling, yes.
Yeah, in Japan.
But normal baito, like part-time job, not so good.
When you feel you're Japanese and when you feel you're not Japanese, you're Australian.
When do I feel? I feel Japanese when I'm in Australia, and I feel my personality is Japanese. I think I get that from my mother, being a bit more quiet and not so outgoing, maybe. Like I feel like I'm a little bit more introverted, and I wonder if that's because of my Japanese side. But also when I come to Japan, I feel like I am maybe too loud. So like I feel like I'm more Australian in Japan, if that makes any sense at all. I become more extroverted in Japan, or maybe talk a little bit louder than. Yeah, it's really weird, but.
It's because of people in Australia, they're more loud, more extroverted, but
Yes,
in
yes.
Japan, the opposite.
Exactly, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you really like half.
Yes. Yes, sort of.
Can I ask you some good things about being mixed Japanese? And maybe it's strange, but some bad things. Maybe I don't know. Maybe in childhood or when you was a teenager, you have like maybe older people have some difficult period when like don't know how to identify yourself.
Yes, yes.
Or something like that.
Yeah.
If you have some, if you can speak about it.
I guess I haven't truly experienced it in Japan because as a child I grew up in Australia, and when I did come to Japan as a child, I did maybe 2 weeks at a Japanese school, but I think it was a very positive experience because it was like special to myself, and the teachers and the students, they were like, gaikokujin, like, you know, they really loved it.
Yeah. How old was you at the time?
8 maybe?
Oh, okay. So it was fun.
Yes, that was
For you?
fun.
Okay.
I didn't have any problems with that at all, even though I couldn't speak much Japanese. Yeah, so that was good. And then I guess the only time I've really experienced living in Japan was when I was here, when I was 19. So that was quite some time ago, and like I didn't have any awful experiences, but I know that people probably see me as a foreigner because my Japanese isn't like a native level, and I don't really look like full Japanese. So I think I had the benefit of that. Like the expectations weren't that high for me.
Expectations.
Yeah. So even if my Japanese wasn't perfect,
It's okay.
it was okay. Yeah.
But for me, because your mom is Japanese, of course you Japanese. I think you're Japanese, but because of you don't live in Japan, of course maybe you don't know a lot of things in Japan and how to live or
And the
something.
culture and, yeah.
But even if so, you are Japanese. Like for me.
Yeah. But I guess you don't know that until I tell you. Yeah, I get a lot of questions like, where are you from, and where did you grow up? So no one really knows until I tell them.
How about Australia? Maybe, of course, it's very multicultural
Yes,
country,
yes.
so it's no problem to be mixed because
Everyone is mixed.
Everyone is mixed.
Yes.
So maybe, yeah, when I talked to you, I thought maybe for mixed Japanese, it's good to be raised in foreign country.
It's a pretty good experience being mixed and growing up in Australia because everyone else is also,
Yeah.
you know, they're also half something or, yeah, there's just lots of different races in living in Australia.
So now you're living in Australia, but do you want to live in Japan again maybe in the future?
Maybe, yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah. I haven't decided for sure, but I think if I don't have a problem with living in Japan for a bit, but not forever. It would only be maybe a couple of years. I think I would want to maybe like raise a family in Australia with, yeah, but no, if there was a company, maybe an English speaking company, I think there's probably a better culture there, maybe. A working culture, it's not so high pressure
Yeah, of course.
compared to a Japanese company.
Yeah, I think a lot of international companies, almost, well, especially in Tokyo.
Yes.
So yeah, I think in Japan they need people like you. Thank you. Thank you for answering my questions. Sorry for my English. But yeah,
Thank you very much.
okay. I hope it was interesting for you. So please subscribe my channel, comment this video. Thank you, and see you in next videos. Bye.
Bye.